Hi everyone, I'm Gina from LintyWorks. In this gameplay overview of Aragami 2, we'd like to show you the game's stealth and combat system. Releasing in September this year on PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One and Xbox Series, Aragami returns with its iconic blend of pure stealth and supernatural abilities in a brand new experience. For fans of the original game, expect everything you loved and more. Aragami 2 is a third-person stealth game where you play as an assassin with the power to control the shadows. The story takes place 100 years after the events of the first game and unfolds among the chaos born of tensions between rival factions trying to take control over the Rashomon Valley. As an Aragami warrior, your mission is to protect the valley and free your people from the invader armies, known as Akatsuchi, the Empire of Fire. This is the Kakurega village, your home and base of operations in the heart of the Rashomon Valley. The village features a variety of buildings and characters that the player can interact with to manage different game systems, game progression, and to discover more of the story in the game. Kakurega village holds many points of interest that you'll discover as you explore its many buildings and locations. We will dive deeper into the village wonders in a future video. The Way of the Spirit, pure stealth. This has been the very core and the essence of Aragami as a franchise. In Aragami 2, we push the boundaries of what the player can do with its movements, abilities, and the use of powers. As a spirit, you don't want to be seen or kill anybody. And to be able to do this, you have to use the environment in your favor, as well as moving fast and cleverly. With a completely new character movement set, you will feel like a true ninja as you move through the environment. You're now fast and agile, and your powers will give you an extra edge to fight or flee combat with mastery. To enforce the agility and sense of powerness, the Shadow Essence has evolved into a stamina system that handles the character's endurance when moving and performing special actions, like the Shadow Leap, for example. Now you can navigate through the map faster and in a more responsive way. And this will come in handy, since maps in Aragami 2 are much bigger than in the first game, and there's loot, collectibles and blueprints for you to find. Jump, double jump, use shadow leaps and dashes, hang and climb from ledges, use covers to hide from enemies' eyes. And, of course, use the shadows. Be creative and find multiple ways to get through the enemy lines, like a true Aragami. As a ghost, control the shadows at your will and make your enemies fear what they cannot see. Master the use of your shadow powers, fully committing to remain unseen. Shadow powers are key to the Aragami series and one of its unique elements. Use Shadow Pull for pulling a nearby vulnerable enemy towards your position and triggering a knockout. Use Warp Strike to teleport close to a vulnerable enemy and trigger an automatic assassination. And we have some classics back, like Silhouette, to create a decoy made from your shadows to distract enemies around. Or Wraith, which allows you to turn invisible for a short time. And, of course, the Shadow Kill, the iconic shadow power of Aragami. But we'll leave this one for you to discover. There's also special items that can be used when going on stealth mode, like kunais and amnesia needles. Both are great tools to maintain distance and neutralize targets silently. In Aragami 2, there are 8 shadow powers, along with 16 passive abilities, and each one of them can be upgraded, adding extra customization and variety. Each mission you complete gives you experience points, depending on your performance. As you obtain experience, your Aragami will level up, earning ability points that you can invest into unlocking new abilities and shadow powers. Sweep away your enemies and discover the limits of your own powers by unleashing the wrath of a demon. As a demon, you won't leave anyone alive. This is the way of the aggressive Aragami, choosing direct confrontation over coverness. The combat system in Aragami 2 was built from the ground up, being a completely new addition to the series. While in the first game there was no way of fighting back, now you can engage in bloody sword fights with your enemies. Whether because you're spotted and need to defend yourself, or you choose to face them straight on, the call is yours to make. When you think of a ninja, you probably have a clear image in your mind: an agile and skillful assassin that uses evasion and quick attacks instead of brute force. And we thought this was, in fact, the best approach when designing the combat system. Take advantage of your character's agile movement, together with explosive touches in any direction, and lightning attacks of several combined blows. Master the technique of parrying to seize the opportunity to deflect and counter enemies' attacks. Stamina is key in combat. Use it well if you don't want to receive damage. Draining your enemy's stamina in combat will make them vulnerable to your attacks. Use simple and heavy attacks fastly to reduce the opponent's stamina bar and perform a critical attack, reducing their life bar significantly. And finally, trigger a combat execution when their life bar is low. Enemies will attack in groups and at the same time, and they will not wait for their turn, causing the player to evaluate each confrontation carefully. The AI upgrades in Aragami 2 will challenge you. Enemies can now chase you through the environment, climbing walls and jumping between rooftops, as well as coordinating to look for you in groups. You'll face different types of enemies during your adventure, and you'll have to adapt your playstyle accordingly. You may be able to get rid of blades easily somehow, but don't underestimate them in groups. And be careful with the Scorchers. They can spot you from far away and attack you from a distance. Think it twice before confronting a Warforged, as, well, its own name can give you a clue. There are more enemies you'll face in Aragami 2, but we don't want to spoil the surprise. Just expect the unexpected. Today, we've shown you an overview of Aragami 2 stealth and combat features, but there is more to see soon, so stay tuned. Aragami 2 comes out September 17. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to wishlist the game if you like what you have seen. See you next time!